Hi, my name is Jayson Tatum, and one reason I came to Chaminade was because of sports, mainly basketball. For all the great kids here that play basketball, like one Anthony Novelli. Hi, another reason why I came to Chaminade because of great people and great fans like Graham Niemeyer, Jack Spooner,
I love basketball.
Novelli, and Matthew Kachuk. Great guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, the third reason I came to Chaminade, was because of great academics.
Yo, what up, it's your boy JDMC, and what we're going to be doing today is having a look at the life of Jayson Tatum before the NBA. Obviously, he just made the finals, so yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, you guys know the vibe. This is a new style video for me, so yeah, make sure to leave a like, and also drop a comment who you want to see me do this on next. I was thinking maybe a Warriors player, so yeah, let me know, but let's get into it. Jayson Tatum was born on March 3rd, 1998 in St. Louis, Missouri. His parents named Jayson Tatum and Brandy Cole. He is actually the godson of former NBA player Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes was his dad's high school and college teammate. Tatum is also cousins with Tyronn Lue. I never knew that until I did research for this video, but yeah, apparently he's cousins with Tyronn Lue. So this helped him meet a lot of legends like KD, Lebron, and of course Tatum's hero, Kobe. I'm not going to get too much into how much Kobe meant to Tatum growing up. We can all see and feel how important Kobe Bryant's influence and even guidance to Tatum was. So yeah, I don't really need to dig into that too much. Yeah, we can all see that from how much he shows his love to Kobe. But here's what LeBron had to say about meeting Tatum as a kid.
LeBron, when Jayson Tatum was 8 years old, he shot around with the Cavs after practice. Do you have any recollection of that?
I do.
What do you remember from that?
That he was 8 and he shot around with us.
Tatum's parents, Jayson Tatum and Brandy Cole, as I mentioned at the start. Tatum's mother was a couple months away from going to college when she found out she was pregnant with Tatum, being 19 at the time. She gave birth to him during the spring break and was back in class the next week. Jayson would start going to classes with her eventually, under law school, business school. He would go to all of her classes with her. She'd even be at home studying for law school and with having Jayson Tatum lying across the end of her bed. And even though Tatum's mum raised him, his dad was always around. He called Tatum every day. Tatum would play around in his dad's locker room at St. Louis University. He'd listen to all the pre-game speeches. And when his dad Justin was playing professionally in the Netherlands, his mum took Jayson overseas to visit his dad and go watch him play. When Justin finished his professional career, he came back to St. Louis and was one of Tatum's primary school coaches. Tatum's dad was young. They had a cool friendship as a father-son dynamic. His dad would teach him what shoes were cool and all of that. It got to the point where Jayson was at high school one day and he let his dad borrow a pair of shoes, but Jayson's feet were a size too big at the stage, so his dad would just put an extra pair of socks on underneath. Here's a little clip of Tatum talking about how much his father meant to him growing up.
So, growing up, what did your dad mean to you as a basketball player and as a young black kid in St. Louis?
Growing up, he was the first person to put a basketball in my hand. He started teaching me how to play basketball as early as I can remember, and just continued as I was growing up, and as one of the biggest reasons, why I am the basketball player and the man I grew into.
But when it comes down to his confidence and his mature demeanor, as a lot of people like to mention about Jayson Tatum, he says he owes it all to his mum. They faced their struggles together. His mum would shelter everything from Tatum until one day Tatum saw a pink piece of paper taped to the front door, a notice of foreclosure.
How did you feel? You're 11 years old. Your mom picked you up from school, and you come home and you see that foreclosure sign on the door, and y'all had to get up out of there.
That was one of the most memorable days of my life. Like you said, I was 11. I remember she picked me up. We went to the grocery store. I'm here helping her carry the bags. She walked up the steps first, and I remember she just dropped the bags and started crying. I'm 11. I'm like, why are you crying? And I see the pink eviction notice on the door. And at the time, I just felt helpless because I couldn't go get no job. I just knew that she was so overwhelmed with everything going on and trying to make ends meet and doing everything she could. I remember that day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of us one day.
And that's exactly what he did. When Tatum's mum would be studying and reading her books, Tatum would say, I don't want to read those books, I want to play basketball. And his mum would always tell him, well, you better work really hard. So he did. Every morning he'd pop his head into his mum's room at 5:30 to say goodbye and do a 90-minute workout before class. I get to school at about 6:30 every day, and he was here at 5:45, 6 o'clock at the latest, getting his work in. What's impressive is he did it every single day. I remember the only day he took off, it was the day after we won state. That was his only day off. And that was a quote from Jayson Tatum's high school coach, Frank Bennett. Now moving into high school, Tatum attended Chaminade College Prep School in Missouri. As a freshman, he averaged 13.3 points and 6.4 rebounds per game. Then as a sophomore in 2014, he averaged 26 points and 11 rebounds per game, taking a step up from his freshman year. Then as a junior, Tatum averaged about 25.9 points, 11.7 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game, while earning second team Naismith Trophy All-American honors. And then in the summer of 2015, Tatum joined the St. Louis Eagles AAU team. Tatum led the EYBL in scoring with 26.5 points and 9.5 rebounds per game. As a senior in 2015-16, Tatum averaged 29.6 points and 9.1 rebounds. He posted 6 40-point games while leading his team to its second Missouri Class 5A state championship. Tatum then went on to being selected to the 2016 McDonald's All-American game in January, where he won the skills competition. And in the All-Star game on March 30th at the United Center in Chicago, he led the East team in scoring with 18 points and grabbing 8 rebounds, but they unfortunately lost that game. Tatum also played in the Jordan Brand Classic, where he scored 18 points in a 131-117 win against the West team. Tatum was named the 2016 Gatorade National Player of the Year, and during all of this in high school, Tatum made a verbal commitment to Duke University. When he got to Duke at the start of 2016-17 season, unfortunately Tatum missed 8 games due to a foot injury. On December the 3rd, 2016, in his Duke debut, Tatum went on to score 10 points in a 94-55 win over Maine. As a 5th seed in the ACC tournament, Duke defeated Clemson in the second round and Louisville in the quarterfinals. On March 10th, Tatum scored 24 points in a win over rival North Carolina in the semifinals. And then on the March 11th, Tatum tailed 19 points and 8 rebounds in a 75-69 victory, earning the Blue Devils the ACC Tournament Championship. Tatum was named to the All-ACC Tournament team after averaging 22 points, 7.5 rebounds, 1.5 steals a game. As a second seed entering the NCAA tournament, Duke defeated Troy University in the first round, but exited early in a second round loss against South Carolina. Tatum averaged 16.5 points and 7 rebounds per game in that tournament. In his freshman season for Duke in 2016-17, Tatum played 29 games and averaged 16.8 points, 7.1 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and 1.3 steals per game, and was named into the ACC All-Freshman team and 3rd team All-ACC selection. And then at the conclusion of his freshman season, Tatum opted to go directly into the 2017 NBA draft as a one and done. So yeah, that's a bit of a backstory into how Jayson Tatum got to the position he is today. This is the life of Jayson Tatum before the NBA. As we all know, after his time in Duke, he went on to declare for the NBA draft, and we know what happened from there.
With the 3rd pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Jayson Tatum.